Hello everyone, and welcome back to Conquest, where today we're continuing off in the South Pole. Last episode we did take out Abandon a Research Center, and you know what? We may as well just stay down here because there's two sectors left in the South Pole. Thanatos and Preciptum. Now, Thanatos is a waves, does not have any modifiers, and Preciptum is an enemy base that has a bunch of modifiers. And I'm thinking I want to go after Preciptum today just because there's Fog of War, and I haven't really had to deal with that in a long time, so it'll be pretty interesting. Looks like Preciptum was once a massive area used for weapons tests. A majority part of this sector's terrain has been turned into a gaping void by a devastating explosion. The enemy has created a base on the remnants of this land. Take it down. They have 50% more damage, 50% more health. We produce 50% slower, and there is Fog of War here. Well, no point waiting around. Let's hop right in, because we're going to need all the time we can get to build our units up. Alright, thank you to the music for starting right away. Interesting. Okay, anyways, we're going to go ahead and hit pause here because we can't see anything. So, yeah, here's the map. It is currently nothing because there's Fog of War. Okay, do I want to go exploring first or do I want to get some resources? I feel like getting resources is probably a better idea, although we don't really have a whole lot of area here. So, you know what? Let's go over here and look at this desert. Ah, there's the giant gaping void, probably. Interesting. I'm just gonna walk around a little bit. We might as well, right? Okay, looks like there's an obsidian biome up here, and I think I can sneak my way over here, and maybe let's just cut off our view right here. Just kind of explore around as much as we can. It looks like this is the border, and we come back down over here. Okay, that's not bad. So we have 9 minutes to prepare, and I would assume that the enemies are probably going to want to go one of these two ways, because those are the only two ways to go. So that does give us a nice chokehold. I should probably go check over there. If this is walled off, then we can build our first defense maybe right here, which might actually be pretty good. And it is not. There is a way to go, it looks like. Okay. I don't really want to deal with that. And we have a pretty decent amount of Fahrenheit right now, so I think what I'm going to do just in the beginning here is I'm going to wall this off without even knowing if this is worth doing. It's going to take a while to build, but at least we know for a fact the enemies will come this way if there are enemies that show up, which does give us a nice chokehold. And also, another thing, minor/major inconvenience, they put trees all over the geodes. Why? You know, usually I'd start by building some resources, but instead I'm building a wall, so you know what? Let's just make it 3 thick and call it good. Okay, let's get some starting resources going for once. We do have a decent amount over here, which I'm tempted to use because it isn't, like, on top of lignite. All of the Fahrenheit over here is on top of lignite. Why is there a drill there? Okay, you know what? Don't ask questions. Let's just get resources. You know, I realize I might have just made a mistake here. We have access to our big drills. Is there a good place to put them, though? Because, you know, we do kind of need 3x3 areas. There's some right here, but of course there's lignite there, and I'd rather have the lignite because lignite is quite valuable. And we've got one 3x3 area here and nothing else. Oh, wait, hold up. Oh, great. Guess what? It's on more lignite. Okay, that's minorly inconvenient. Do we have a nice area over here that we could use? No. Oh, wait, hold up. Maybe over here. One there, one there. Nope, that's not going to fit either because they're going to intersect. No, yep, that's not going to work. Oh my god, really? Alright, well, I guess we're just not supposed to use these kind of drills here. You know what? That's fine. I didn't want to anyway. I honestly don't even know if these conveyors can even handle this many drills, but at this point, I don't care. I think that's good enough. Okay, basic resources down, and we are going to have to fit in some lodestone here next, which is going to be fun, because where are we going to get all the Fahrenheit for that? I guess we can get some from here. Looks like we won't be getting a lot of it, but to be fair, this sector does look to be pretty compact, so I don't expect there to be, like, some insane enemy pushes, you know. I guess we'll find out, though. Let's get as much as we can. Alright, well, that's going to have to do for lodestone. That is 6 of them, which is not too bad. Alright, next up is a lignite, of course.
Lignite, of course.
Huh? And there should be plenty of dematite around. I did see quite a bit over here. And honestly, dematite might be a pretty good one to use the crushers on, mostly because we actually can, which is important. So let's do that. We can get 6 from there, and that'll be enough to eventually run 2 of the big lithium crucibles. For now, though, we'll only be able to run 4. Well, technically, we could run 6 of these. You know what? Let's run 6. That makes way more sense, actually. Now, the real question is, can we get the 4 lignite per second that we need out of this little vein right here? I seriously doubt it. No, we cannot. Okay. We almost can. So I think instead I'm going to use the vein over here. We can get as much as we can. We can probably get 4 out of here. Maybe not even that. Wow, okay, so I guess we'll use both veins for this. That is worth it, though, because lithium is very important. All right, well, there we go. That should be a good amount of lithium. Next up, we should get some obsidian, and I believe we have a nice obsidian biome up here to use, which will be awfully convenient. Also, looks like we have a lot more lignite up here, so I guess I'm worrying a little too much about the lignite. Maybe we should actually overlap this down here, but there's so much of it. Like, once I get a discharge quarry, 4.8. That's a lot, instead of just, like, a little bit of Fahrenheit. And maybe there's Fahrenheit somewhere else, Oh, man, if only we could get down there. All right, let's see exactly how many geodes we can actually get from here, because there's a bunch of trees in the way. Alrighty, and there we have our obsidian down over there. We only do have 3 drills worth, which is not a whole lot, but at least we're getting some. We have about 5 minutes to prepare for the enemies to show up, which is actually not too bad. So I think what I'm going to do is spend all of that time making chromium. We, of course, do not have obsidian, so we can't make a whole lot, but we can definitely make 1. And we do have a huge lake right here and plenty of lodestone to go around. And by plenty, I mean 200, so that's obviously not going to be a lot. So let's just get as much as we can. Let's just try to get at least 1 chromium infuser down. That'll be fine. We can put it even right here just because it's just here. And also, we're only going to be running 1 of these, so we only need 12 pressure per second, which is not a vent worth, so we're going to need 2 vents. Okay, that's minorly inconvenient, but that's fine. We'll just do like that. And how are we going to power this thing? Well, we're going to build this solar panel schematic that I always keep using and then put some pressure turbines on it. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of lodestone. No surprises there at all. We definitely will try to upgrade this. Yeah, we're definitely going to upgrade this. I have no idea how we're going to do that. We'll probably end up placing down these crushers even on the 2x2s just to get a little bit more. And then we'll try to get 6 and squeeze out maybe 3 of the lodestone basins here. Oh man, resource drought is real in this sector. And we do have about 3 minutes until the enemies get here, and I'm going to assume they're going to come from this way unless they can't. Dude, fog of war moment. I don't know if they even can go north. This could be a dead end for all I know, and this could be the only way they go. I wouldn't know. We should probably go exploring. Let's go do that. Hopefully I don't like free anything. That would be bad. Oh, there's a core tile here. Okay, so that's not reassuring at all. And there's 2 ways to go. There's a 3rd way to go. Okay, back it up. Looks like we found their base. How far over here can I go? Why can I go this far over here? Okay. So we don't really have access to barite until we destroy them. I'm gonna go get my unit kill just to get as much like sight as I can. Okay, so it looks like this is completely walled off, and we can't build super close, but we might be able to get some barite. Just maybe. Okay, that's going to be a problem because building higher tiered things is going to be rather difficult. Is anything banned here? Looks like all of the Drayston things are banned, so we can't make Drayston, so that's too bad. So it looks like we're stuck with tier 4s, which, you know what, that's okay. All right, and there we go. Now we have some chromium as well. I just plugged it in. This is the jankiest chromium infuser I think I've ever built, but at least we have one. Okay, let's go ahead and continue looking at where they are. I probably will want to wall this off because that's where my chromium is and move the defense over to this side. Assuming that actually works, please don't shoot at me. Okay, okay, so it does look like the enemies will be coming from here because that's the only thing they can do. Yep, this is the exit point. See if I can just ram my guy in there. How far can we get? Not very far. Okay, do I want them to go this way or this way? I feel like if we did this, it would be better because then we could wall it off basically on that core tile. Actually, yeah, let's just do that. I guess we could do something like this. And we could use this dematite right over here as ammo for some pretty basic stuff for now. Eventually, once we get an actual better thing, we can probably improve that. And then we get to focus on attacking. I don't know what we're going to do here. I have yet to use mechs, so that might be a good idea. We could also use Tequant because they are, you know, quite strong. But I have yet to use the Apex. And the Apex requires a lot of barite, though. Ooh. Okay, maybe we will want to go with Tequant this time because, yeah, there's no barite required. Ooh, yeah, I feel like that might be our best option. I feel like if we wanted to do the ground assembly bay, 10 barite walls, 400 barite for a single Apex, I don't think that's super worth it, especially when we can use Tequant and just outrange everything. Yeah, we're gonna have to do that. Oh, and we're also going to need Vesmonium, I realized, to actually build this thing, because this needs a tier 4 constituent. So we are gonna have to get barite anyways. It's just the amount of barite we need. And if we're making Vesmonium, we want to use some of that for Vesmonium as well, so that's not gonna be a super great option. Okay, cool. Well, I guess we're just going to kind of work with what we got, because we don't have a whole lot. But looks like their production has started, so we do want to make sure that nothing will get through over here. So I'm just going to go with probably spray and catapult. Catapults in the back, sprays in the front. That's going to take half a year to build. That's fine. I can at least plan out the ammo production in the meantime. And to power this router mess over here, I think I'm just going to pull the old... I'm just going to chuck down this jank thing that I built that generates some power and use that. Okay, well, that's going to have to do for now. We have a decent amount of Crosium. We just need to get some power and some barite and a little bit of Vesmonium getting built up so we can actually build constituents and build units. We're going to get barite first because that's going to take forever to build up. So the earlier we get that going, the better. And I think we're going to have to use our solar panel schematic, which is the very large one, because I don't think we really... Ooh, wait a minute. Hold on. We have this. This is a red sand Crete-type power, and we do have red sand available to us right over here. Not a whole lot, but I think we can squeeze out enough. If we put this somewhere we can fit it, maybe like right over here somewhere, we can definitely get a good 1500 power out of it, and then not really have to worry about power. So let's try that. Yeah, it's going to overlap the vent, and there's nothing I can do about it, so let's just place it. That's going to be stupid expensive, and we're probably not going to be able to build it all. Have we found any units yet? Okay, we have shot at some things. Looks like our wall is completely fine. Looks like there's still ammo in all these, which is good, and we've also filled up our storage capsule. Okay, you know what? We're not doing so bad. See, I don't want to wait around for the load some, because we do need to actually upgrade it, so let's just go do that now. Unfortunately, I kind of put this like right where the upgraded factories should be, which is always annoying. I do this every time. And I can't tear it out either because we're not going to have enough. Oh, man. And I can't even put one of them in because this tree is literally in the perfect place to be super annoying. Okay, we'll put it up here. Fine. And now the real question is, how are we going to squeeze out 6 Fahrenheit per second out of all of this? We're currently getting 4. Yeah, I don't know. There's not a whole lot. Actually, there's none over on this side. So we're going to have to just kind of see what we can do here. You know what? 0.66 is better than nothing. So we're going with that. Alright, and I already messed it up because we do not have enough stuff to get it in there. Okay, sick nasty. But hey, look at that. We are actually getting some lodestone at a good rate for once. Okay, there we go. Now we just have to make sure we can keep adding more of these. Yeah, absolute miracle that that ended up working how it did. But hey, there we go. Now let's check our defense. We haven't seen it in a while, and unfortunately I can't really see it. Oh no, we can because we have buildings over here. Okay. So we can see what's going on. I don't actually know what it is that's causing it to like light up over there. Is it just because there's a core tile? It might just be because there's a core tile. I feel like that's why that core tile's there, so you can see what's going on. I guess we can go over here and just look. Everything's still fine, right? Yeah, looking good. Okay, good. Let's get this power built up, and in the meantime I can plan out where the red sand drills are going. Oh, okay, looks like we're fighting something, and it looks to be just some tier 1s, which are getting obliterated by our tier 1 defenses. Okay. We're doing pretty good. All right, but look at that. That's all built up now. Nice. All right, and there we go. That should now start spinning up. Okay, perfect. Let's go ahead and fill in the rest of this water and make sure that we're not going to die over here. Looks like we are good. Okay, and now that this is all operational, we probably could build some obsidian coolers to get some more Crosium, but again... Oh, wait, I was about to say, we don't have the power for it. What did we build this for, then? Yeah, you know what? That's going to be our next order of business, getting some Crosium, and we're going to use that to defend as well, because I feel like this is not going to hold up very long, so we can probably get some Crosium turrets, maybe some Typhoon, some Myriad, some Concite, whatever. Put those up, and then that should hold out long enough for us to get a tiny amount of barite, because we're not going to be able to get very much of it, I have a feeling. Looks like I can get enough slag to run 2 of them, so that's what we're doing. All right, there we go. Now we have everything connected on a central power line. We probably should throw in some batteries somewhere. Yeah, over here seems like a good idea. I'm just going to kind of chuck them in, whatever. That should be, well, I guess we need to plug it in, but it'll be close enough, right? There we go. And then we can take this output and make some more Crosium with it, which is always going to be nice. Oh, and we're out of lithium. Yeah, we probably should get some more of that. All right, well, we've got our obsidian, and we'll deal with that later. I think now I need to... Oh, God, they've destroyed a wall. Okay, well, let's go ahead and fix that. Yeah, we probably should also focus on the defense here in a second. Let's just get our barite going. We need to get that pretty much ASAP, and I don't think we're going to be able to get very much because I have a feeling we're going to get shot at. Yep, I'm going to get shot at there. No, so we can probably use over here. Okay, we're gonna go with 2, I think. That's gonna be our, well, that's really the only amount that we can do. All right, looks like we're getting our first little bits of barite coming in. Beautiful. This is not gonna be a whole lot because we don't have the space, power, or access to do anymore. That'll have to do. Now, I am thinking since we can't really run a whole lot of things here, and there's only... Oh, no, something's got through. I just saw a hole in our something. I swear there was some broken things. Yeah, right here. Okay, you gotta go. And we gotta fix this, and we gotta make sure that that doesn't happen again. Yeah, we need to upgrade our defenses. You know what? I have an idea. This is obsidian, and we're not using it for anything. And this typhoon here can shoot obsidian, so let's just put it right here. That'll stall him for a little bit, hopefully. As I was saying, what I'm thinking is we don't have a lot of space to work with, so we're gonna need to figure out a way to, you know, get this barite through. And I'm thinking, I've never really used chromium belts for anything other than the schematic that I've got going on down here. Yeah, this is the only time I've really used them. So why don't I replace the big central line with a chromium belt? Now, the hardest part about doing this is we're going to have to filter out the obsidian and the ferrite because they are going to get clogged. So that's going to be a problem, but we'll solve that in a second. But then we can just put batches of whatever we want, and it will still just go onto here just fine. Simply place down a sorter. Ferrite will go into there, and lodestone will go into that one, or obsidian, and they will both get built up into their big packets and then sent off whenever they need to. Perfect. And then we can also take an unloader if we ever need to, and then do the same thing. And then chromium, we will also do the same thing by putting a belt like that, and that will build up chromium packets and send that to the core as well. Perfect. Okay, looks like enemy units have stopped escalating, so I feel like we are now in a pretty good spot. There's only 2 cores. We just need to make a unit capable of piercing through this, and again, since we have 50 barite, 100 total. Yeah, we're definitely going with the quants so we can actually break through eventually, right? And I'm going to be very careful with the one that I build too, because again, it's 50% build speed. So I want to make sure that we can, you know, take care of the thing. And also, it looks like this is turned off because there's no sand. Oh, we're just not mining enough of it. Okay, well, that's an easy fix. And while we're over here, we probably should go ahead and upgrade our lithium as well. We have now upgraded our lithium. Everything is good. The only thing that we're not getting a lot of is barite because we don't have a choice. We could upgrade our chromium, or we could focus on getting a little bit of vesmonium first, and I feel like that's going to be the best option. Where are we going to build that? I have no idea. Where are we going to get the lignite from? Right here, because I just looked at it. Yeah, that'll be fine. The vesmonium occulter will not be placed on barite tiles because I'm not running lignite up here and then back down. We simply don't have... Oh, wait a minute. This requires liquid barite. Can we even get that? There's some right here. Can we access this? Is this gonna get shot? Yes, it is. Okay, let's just check. Is every single one of these gonna get hit? Yep, okay. Can we use this one? Nope, that's not good. How are we gonna make vesmonium? Okay, I'm dead. Can we get it from here? Please tell me we can. Oh, good. Okay, now what's the range on this? Okay, so the range goes to right about there and... right about there. Okay, so we can get a bunch. Good. Thank goodness for that. Okay, well, crisis averted. Which, you know, I guess since we've got the liquid barite over here and the normal source of barite comes from here, we can just make the occulter like right over here. All right, well, there's got to be the jankiest vesmonium occulter you'll probably ever see, but at least it's working. Is it using all of our barite? No, it isn't, but it is using a lot of it. To be fair, we're also getting a lot of pumps over here, and this thing only takes, I think, 12, so we could definitely make another vesmonium cooler real quick, which I might just do, yeah, just to get a little bit extra. All right, well, there's a 0.66 going straight into the core, which is nice, and we are also getting some vesmonium, which we should probably also start putting into the core here. Make sure not to do like that. There we go. That should be just fine. And once that vesmonium gets built up, it'll go straight in and we will be good. Okay. I think I might also want to redo this defense, although maybe not because it is kind of messy over here for lack of a better word. What if I just like threw in a bunch more of these typhoons and we put up some chromium walls because we have a bunch of chromium like that? Yeah. I think that'll do. All right, well, there we go. That's like, what, 4 typhoons, some menders that are mending something, maybe, and a bunch of this random turrets that we have up here. Yeah, that'll be fine. Let's replace all this with chromium as well, just because we can. And then now that we have the resources, we can start, you know, making something. What was I making? Oh, yeah, to quant. It's going to take forever to build one of these, by the way. I just realized. All right, well, I guess we should start scooping resources out of wherever we can. Oh, and also, let's go ahead and upgrade to a substratum core so we can build things faster. That would be nice. This is about to be the messiest factory, I think, that will probably ever exist. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, my God, this is going to be a mess. I don't even think I can do this. All right, wish me luck. Here we go. Alrighty, we are back. This thing is ready to be built. Unfortunately, the main Crosium belt in the center here kind of came back to bite me because I can't really extract very quickly off of it. I had to put 5 heavy unloaders, and that still isn't really enough, so, you know, that's kind of my own fault, let's be honest, so it's fine. But anyways, we should be able to start building one of these as soon as we get all of the necessary components in there. I think we're just missing the turret, which we don't have the Crosium for because I can't unload it fast enough. Some of the walls, which we don't have Crosium fast enough for, and that should be it. And of course, it's going to take forever to build. So I guess in the meantime, we can go up to our defenses, make sure we're doing good up there. I mean, I was checking every once in a while. I think we're going to be completely fine. Nothing's really gone wrong yet, so it's fine, I think. Oh yeah, not even concerned at all. Oh, hey, look at that. Yeah, maybe let's not have the wall be blown up over here. I wonder how that happened. I don't know, but let's go ahead and make sure it doesn't happen again by reinforcing it substantially. Specifically with Crosium, because Crosium is pretty strong, I think. 2-2, 2-8, 2-5. Okay, so it's a little bit weak, but I mean, it's better than the Obsidian at 1-9, so it's fine. Plus, I like the green. It's a nice green. Looks like we are running not so hot on the power. It's probably because I'm using it for so much things. Absolutely no surprises there, but looks like we are building up our first to quant, which is very good. We also have a way to get it out, which is good, because if I walled it off entirely, we would have had to tear it on a wall to get it out. In the meantime, I probably should get some unit resynthesizers placed down and maybe some more batteries, because we are not doing super great on power. We might even have enough space over on this side. I haven't really used much of anything over here. Maybe we can put down another power schematic, or maybe not because it's kind of dense over here. I mean, we could try to fit one in. I doubt it'll work, though. You know what? That somehow actually fits. We just don't need those batteries. Okay, there we go. We can plug this in, and that will be very nice. Yeah, there we go. Power schematics in. We are now minus 165 consistently instead of what we used to be at. Cool. You know what? We're building another one. Oh, I can put one here. Let's do that. Anyways, is our Taquant done? Just about. Oh, hey, look at that. Perfect. All right, let me make sure I get the rest of these walls built up, and then we're going to go take this thing out for a spin. All right, well, it was a maze to get through here, but at least we made it. Let's see what we can do. I probably... which one do I want to go for? You know what? Let's see how close I can get to this before they start shooting me. About to here. And unfortunately, it does look like they have some units that are going to be shooting me. So if I can get my guy over here... Oh my god, dude, I'm taking so much damage. Jeez, man. Okay, we're already at half health. So we're going to definitely try to push from this side now. And also, we're going to build some healers up here. Yeah, okay, let's go get some resynthesizers up there so I can sit on a healing pad while I'm attacking. Why are they going up here? Oh, no, and now... the units are coming up here as well. Come on, man. I really didn't think they would. Okay, this is going to make this substantially harder. We may be here a little while, just kind of pecking at the wall until it goes down. There we go. So now we can attack in peace. Alright, now the unfortunate part about this is I didn't put any turrets up here. I probably should have put a Instaro, or maybe even a Syntax, because we've got some Lignite. Let's actually do that. Let's get a turret up there so we don't have to deal with the little goobers that keep showing up and attacking my Taquant. Alright, yeah, that'll do just fine. And basically now we're just kind of peppering out their menders here. Now the funny thing is they have a force field, and it will activate when there are enemies nearby, which include those little rockets, but do not include the lightning ball. So I really can't just, like, tap one time, and then the lightning ball will continue to travel and destroy the wall, and the force field won't even be there to absorb it. Perfect. Alright, there's another one down. Let's continue on with the next one, which is up here. Alright, and there we have the last mender down. Now, unfortunately, the enemies really do want to come up here. Alright, now we've got the tier 3 air guys coming up here, so I think it might be time for a retreat here in a second. Although maybe we're about to get close, because I did destroy those Vesmonium walls. They might have been absorbing. Alright, I don't think we're going to be able to take this shield down with just the one of them, so I think let's go ahead and get the next one in. And also maybe set the factory not to output on the same place. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. All right, let's get the next one into the game here, and then we can also get the other one that we have healed up and run the power back over here and repair everything. That's probably a good idea. And then we can attack with 2 at the same time, and that should be able to take care of it. All right, so now there's 2 of us up here. I added a nice little wall up here as well, so I should be able to let this guy sit there, and it will just shoot at the wall. Perfect. And then I can also do the same thing. Alright, I think we're going to just move a little closer here. We may get hit by a couple of the concites here, but I don't care. We just need to get this thing destroyed already. Alright, looks like we did get that shield down, so we can start, like, getting some of these lightning balls straight in. Oh yeah, there we go. Now we're doing some damage. Alright, force field's down. Okay, let's back up a little bit. Yeah, but look at that wall. We're getting some good progress down. We got a lot of those turrets destroyed. I might just do like a bombing run, you know, just run in there real quick. La-di-da-di-da. Shoot off one of the lightnings, and then run away. And then continue to get healed up over here. You know, the funny thing is, I know that there's a concite right here. I just can't even see it yet. And we also did get the concite down over there. So we're making some good progress. Alright, that concite is now down, so we should probably start shooting down into here as well. Try to shoot at whatever else is going on down here, because we're still getting shot by a bunch of these turrets. I honestly don't even know what's going on down there. I can't even see it, but we're still going to continue shooting. I think I'm also going to put a tiny little core up here, because I keep having to respawn all the way down to the bottom, and then walking all the way up here to fix things. Anyways, we've gotten a pretty good progress over here. We've started chipping away at this. This is almost entirely gone. And I can't see anything because of the fog of war, so we're kind of just sitting here waiting. Alright, well, let's continue our attack as we always do. I'm going to try to pick out as much of this as I can and even get my other guy over here, and we can try to take the shield down. Alright, yeah, it looks like we got a lot of that destroyed just there. Perfect. Let's go get healed up again real quick. Hopefully if I respawn... No. Okay, so hitting V does not respawn at the top. Luckily, I can just control where I go, so that's not going to be too bad. I'm also going to go ahead and chop out power for a second. This is probably a bad idea. And then put a mender here just to start repairing some things. There's still power up here. Good. And this time, I'm going to go up top, and we're going to shoot down, because I think there's still a couple of turrets left. Maybe we can actually explore the area a little bit and see what we're dealing with over here for once. All right, we just got some Sendrit. That was easy. Go ahead and take out the rest of this as well. I don't think we'll be able to take out the Tralux there, but I think we can probably disconnect power from it. Oh no, we can definitely take it out. Okay, never mind. Well, let's just get rid of all of the turrets because they are annoying. Yep, okay, there we go. Now let's continue pushing into the base because we are right here, I think. Well, we just took something out. That was probably valuable to them? I have no idea. Let's just keep playing around and see what we're dealing with here. Ah, I found one of their unit factories. Good, let's get rid of it. Ah, I think there's more than one over here. And looks like I was right. We were, in fact, getting close to a core. There's one right there. Let's go ahead and take this out. Alright, perfect. Core number 1 is down, and if I had to guess, we can probably wander around a little bit and find the next one. So I guess let's go ahead and do that. If I had to guess, it's going to be down this way, because I think this is just another way to get down to here. Alright, I'm going to send this one to go this way, and I'm going to go this way and see if we can actually find it. Because I have not found it just yet. Oh, okay, I have a feeling it's probably over there where the new defenses are. Yeah, that would check out, wouldn't it? Alright, let's go ahead and get this guy over, you know, maybe scout around a little bit. That's the defense that we don't want to have to deal with. Those things are almost out of power, so we might be able to just destroy that, actually. And it looks like those guys are coming from up there, so... You know what, let's just head up there. Maybe there's something up here we can destroy. Oh, we got more defenses. Okay. Yep, I have a feeling something important is up here, so it's either going to be over here or over here. And I think now's a pretty good time to retreat, because I'm getting pretty low, and the other guy is, like, about half. You'll get these healed up, and we can get the next couple coming up here, and we can march in with an army of 4 this time and do even more damage. All right, look at that. Army of 4. Let's do this. Let's actually do some damage this time, because these things by themselves don't do a whole lot of damage. They take a very long time to do anything, but they can outrange a lot of things, which is why they're good. And I think I'm going to fly my little guy right over here and start taking out some of these factories, because there's definitely more down there, because those two just came from that direction. Maybe this is just another way to go. Alright, I'm going to fly up this guy just a little bit, see what we're dealing with. Looks like another defense. Get out of the way before the Trailix kills me. Okay, I think it's gonna be... Ooh, I actually don't know. We haven't gone up, so let's go up, and we'll see what's up here. Maybe there's a better way to get in. Fly a little closer, just see what we're dealing with, and then back off. Yep, this is gonna be the way that we're gonna go. That seems substantially easier. You know what? I think we just destroyed the ammo for this top wall. I think there's literally no ammo left in these turrets. That's actually crazy. We just drained it. Alright, well, I guess that means we can push up freely then. Look at that. Alright, well, I'm going to take the lowest health one, and we're just going to fly in here and see what we're dealing with. Looks like everything is drained, as a matter of fact. Oh, wait, can we get straight to the core from here? We might be able to. There's a lot of damage in here that I don't think I did. Why is this all on fire? How did this even... You know what? I'm okay with this. I must have lit something on fire and then it just kind of burned through the whole base. That's got to be what happened, because there's no way we got this far in. What is going on down here? I mean, I guess we could bring the troops in, right? There's no point in leaving them out there, but, like, where's this core at? Let's go ahead and, take care of this unit factory here. That's better. Now, you think the core is, like, right down here? No, where is it at? Okay, well, there's the Shenong factory. It's not even here. Is it? Bruh, where is it? Is it down here? It's probably, like, right here, isn't it? Oh! What? Am I blind? You know what? It was sitting in the middle of the fire. I bet that's what it was. So I must have caught something on fire and it just kind of tracked all the way down to the core. I guarantee you, if I didn't push up, that probably would have just burnt and exploded, and I would have captured the sector, and I wouldn't have even known what happened. That's crazy. Okay, well, there we go. Sector captured. A Preciptum is down. Honestly, this was a relatively straightforward sector. I don't want to say easy because attacking is very difficult, but defending is pretty simple, which is... that does make sense. We do not have a lot of space to work with here. We are limited on our resources, and of course, with limited space comes extreme spaghetti messes. My entire factory is a complete mess, and my defense is a complete joke because there is spray and catapult as the front-facing ones, and it looks like we were out of ammo the whole time. Oh no, it's because I accidentally put that to output. Right, okay, anyways, well, there we go. Preciptum down. Defending was easy. Attacking was a lot more difficult because, they had some pretty advanced turrets basically right in the way. Barite was kind of an issue, but also not really. Liquid barite, same thing. Other than that, pretty good sector. I'm a big fan. Next time, I think we'll probably just continue with the South Pole because we're already down here. Next time, we'll do Thanatos. There's no modifiers here, which makes me think that is extremely, extremely difficult. Goodbye.